Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first video and it is very important to me. I'm going to give you a history first before I talk about what I wanted to talk about today. So I wanted to do this for a very long time, and it's really important to me that I have the platform and that I've had the courage to take this video today. So I hope that you guys subscribe. I hope you guys are able to communicate to me and tell me what you feel about my videos. Tell me, tell me what you feel about my topics. Tell me what you think. Let's share that. I'm not very informed, especially about the topic that I'll be talking about today. But I feel like we're here to educate each other, so don't be too hard on me if it's not matching up to your standards. So, for the very first time, I wanted to talk about toxic feminism. Um, I feel like as I'm not very informed on feminism as a whole, but I think I still can have an opinion. So I know what feminism is, and I can tell the difference between feminism and when it's not feminism anymore, when it's becoming toxic. And I feel like these days it is it has leveled down to, or women have leveled down to um, being feeling like feeling like they have to challenge. So I feel like it is not, it is more about equality. Feminism is the fight for equality, social equality, economic equality, equality of opportunities. And these days I feel like it has stopped being equality and it has started being superiority. So people are fighting for, every gender wants to be on the top, and women are fighting for superiority. And it is not about the challenge, it is not about the fight. At the end of the day, I agree that feminism should come in instances of women are very much allowed to be as rude as they can, when it comes, as rude as they can, to get their voices heard when it comes to issues like sexual offenses, sexual harassment, domestic violence, domestic abuse. And in those instances, I feel that it is very important for men to have their voices out there, however rude they sound. But I feel like people are doing that so much. People are, women most especially, are being so, I don't want to say petty because I don't want to run people the wrong way. And I feel like there are women, there are very many men, there are a number of men that I know that are using their privileges. You guys, you know that men are the privileged gender, because our society in general is a patriarchal society, so men are the privileged gender. And I feel like the men these days that are using their privileges as the gender that is privileged to help women to have their voices heard, to help women to have equal job opportunities as men, to help women to have, I don't know, just to help women in general to be able to do things that the society in the past did not allow them to do, to help women to get education, equal education opportunities just as the men have. So I feel like toxic, when you start to become toxic in the line of feminism, it is not, it's not a very attractive thing to do. It's yes. So those are my feelings on toxic feminism. Again, I also felt like we used to when you start to become resentful, that is when you know that what you're practicing is toxic feminism. When you start to resent the other gender, the males in this case, when you start to resent the males, when you start to feel like I cannot get married because when I do, I'll have to submit to that man, and I cannot submit because I'm a woman and we have rights now, that is not right. I feel like that is very wrong. So when you feel like you constantly have to play the gender card, when you feel like you constantly have to speak bad about women so that you get up there, that is very unattractive. That is very wrong in very many ways. So I also feel like we used to really hate, we used to really dislike chauvinism in those eras when chauvinism was, we used to really dislike chauvinism. And right now, when you practice this type of feminism, when every time we have to play the gender card, when everything we have to say that I'm a woman, I have the same rights as you. Of course, we're supposed to have the same rights as women, but there still is a difference between men and women. There are social differences. We have very many differences. We have differences biologically. Men and women are very different biologically, the same way that we're very different socially. So I think that in some aspects there is a point that men just really have to be. different from women. If we still expect these men to open doors for us, if we still expect them to treat us as women, we also should still have as much respect for them. Even knowing that we need equal opportunities as them, we still should be able to have as much respect for them as they deserve, because they're really trying. I don't know if they're trying. I feel like they do respect us, and a lot of times you just look for petty holes so that you get your feminist voice outside of your head. So toxic feminism is just as bad as chauvinism, because it's a fight for control, it's a fight for superiority, and that is not right. So I feel like we should, what we should do now,